His knees were instantly broken, but he firmly protected Oh Xiaobei in his arms. What is going on? The person in his arms is Miss O'Air. He has found Miss O'Air. Call 120 now. Everyone laid Bebe flat on the ground. In an instant, everyone was divided into two groups. Some rescued Oh Xiaobei, and some helped Xia Siming up. Xia Siming looked weak. I'm fine. Go and save Bebe. He can't be fine. Outside the emergency room of the hospital, several leaders in the station and Xia Siming were all guarding the emergency room. Team leader Sun from the health program was so grateful to Xia Siming. You go and change your clothes. We can just watch from here. Xia Siming's clothes are all wet. He had no intention of changing out of his clothes. He shook his head weakly. It's okay. I saw that the second lady was safely out of danger. I was worried. Team leader Sun was in tears. You were so kind. The second lady is famous for being in trouble when she falls into the water. I heard that Mrs. O is rushing to the hospital. She will definitely not treat you favorably. At this moment, there was a rush of footsteps in the hospital corridor. He turned around and saw an elegant girl walking quickly towards here. Xia Siming's eyes flickered. There was a ripple in my heart instantly. It was Oh Qing. I haven't seen her since she was severely slapped in the face by Xiaja last time. Her luck is so good. Behind Oh Qing was Mrs. O. Mrs. O walked over with the help of the housekeeper. She had obviously cried. Her eyes were red and she was extremely angry. What's going on? How on earth did you take care of my precious granddaughter? The old lady calmed down. Team leader Sun wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. Everything is our fault. Mrs. O used her crutches to slam the ground hard. Tell me, the O family maid who accompanied Oh Xiaobei on the show today was so frightened that she shivered. Old lady, originally the second young lady was fine, but before recording the show, she seemed to have had a dispute with a few other children. The other children laughed at the second young lady for not having her parents with her. Oh Xiaobei's dual personality can only be stimulated when he receives a strong stimulus. I wonder if it is because as he grows older, this child has more ideas of his own. The number of times I was inspired to develop another personality gradually increased. It seemed that this disease needed to be taken seriously. Oh Qing heard about it as soon as she got off the plane. Her eyes glanced at the scene coldly, but she didn't see me. Didn't it mean that Xiaja was also there? Oh Qing glanced at the scene coldly, and Xia Siming's body didn't even come, feeling nervous and excited. At this moment, the door of the emergency room was pushed open. The doctor took off the disposable mask and walked out. Oh Qing could not move forward. How is my sister now? The doctor quickly said, Please don't worry. She has been rescued. She just needs to be revived. Everyone present breathed a sigh of relief. Xia Siming's face was a little pale. Oh Xiaobei was actually rescued, but she was a child. She was close to coma at the time, so she probably didn't understand anything. Team leader Sun of the program team heard this and was so excited that he almost wanted to kowtow in the direction of his ancestor's grave. Fortunately, the second lady was fine, otherwise they would have finished the whole show. Okay? She hurriedly spoke. This time, thanks to Mr. Xia Siming, she was the one who rescued the second young lady who fell into the water. In order to save others, she herself was injured. Still insisting on staying here, Team leader Sun's words successfully made everyone's eyes fall on Xia Siming. She was soaked all over. The knees are also broken. The cold hair of Europe is fixed on Xia Siming's body. It is like the unfathomable hair of the stars and the sea, as if it wants to see through her whole body. What are you talking about? This man saved my precious granddaughter. Mrs. O didn't believe it at all. She held the crutch with one hand and pointed at Xia Siming with the other hand. It was indeed Xia Siming who found the second young lady at that time. This is impossible. Mrs. O interrupted Team Leader Sun and looked at Xia Siming up and down. If I remember correctly, why are you pretending to be a good person? Where's Xiaja? Why didn't you see her? Isn't she with you? Team Leader Sun and several colleagues are getting married. Old Madam, it was Xia Siming who brought the second young lady back to us from the beginning to the end, and Old Madam O just unceremoniously took over Xia Siming's head. Xia Siming's face turned blue and white, and it was extremely ugly. Xia Siming explained, I was wrong in the past. I already know that I was wrong. This time, I will consider it as my atonement. Mrs. O ignored him and turned to look at Oh Qing, who had returned from the phone call. Have you contacted Xiaja? The phone was turned off. Oh Qing's face was extremely ugly. The old lady was in a hurry. Why did she turn off her phone when everything was fine? Something happened, right? Oh Qing was a little irritable. The book brother fixed his gaze on Xia Siming again. The tone was harsh. Where is Xiaja? I just dozed off in class. A beautiful girl suddenly burst into the classroom. I am still fascinated by her beauty. I saw the girl walking towards me still. Xia Siming felt secretly happy in her heart. After such a long time, Xiaja had been drowned long ago. Xia Siming looked lonely on the surface. How could I possibly know? I didn't see Xiaja the whole time. He was probably still recording the show. You can't hold your phone while recording the show. He hasn't finished speaking yet. His collar was suddenly grabbed by the girl in front of him. Oh Qing's eyes were cold and her voice was cold. I'll ask you again. Where is Xiaja? You'd better not play tricks with me. Xia Siming's inner defense seemed to be broken down in an instant. He pretended to be calm. I really don't know. I have been with Oh Xiaobei since I came here. He kept emphasizing that Oh Xiaobei was the one who came up. Oh Qing pushed him away fiercely, turned around and walked out. She didn't know why she felt very uneasy. The car sped towards the TV station. He controlled the steering wheel with one hand and skillfully covered the Bluetooth headset with the other hand. He made a call to someone. All that hit me was a roar. Xiaja looked for me on the TV station. No one was allowed to let him go. I'll be there soon. If I don't see him when I get there, I told you all to get lost. After saying that, I hung up the phone. In the hospital, Xia Siming timidly called Grandma. Don't call me Grandma. Mrs. O looked ahead while leaning on crutches. After imitating Oh Qing's paralyzed face, Xia Siming lowered her eyes. Can I go in and see Bebe? Mrs. O didn't say anything, and the atmosphere became extremely awkward for a while. Except for the people from the O family present, everyone unconsciously muttered in their hearts. This O family has gone too far. Xia Siming saved people with good intentions. In the end, the old lady and Miss O. This is how he treated her. What kind of world is this? Maybe he realized that there are still so many people around him, even if he doesn't like Xia Siming in his heart. But looking at it now, it was indeed Xia Siming who saved Oh Xiaobei. Old Mrs. O looked suspicious at Xia Siming and softened her tone a little. You should go back first and change into clean clothes. The other place is here. Xia Siming raised her face happily. Is Grandma caring about him? Thank you, Grandma. I'll leave first. Xia Siming honestly defended him. I'll come see Oh Xiaobei another day. As soon as he turned around, he heard Mrs. O's voice from behind. Go and bring up the surveillance camera for me. I want to see with my own eyes. What exactly happened at that time? Xia Siming was calm and steady. He was not stupid. When he decided to do this, he thought about the monitoring issue, so he was already on the way to the hospital. He had already asked his agent to take care of the surveillance matter. His corpse had been completely destroyed. He had just walked 2 steps when the tattooed entertainment reporters arrived. It rushed up like a wolf and beast, blocking Xia Siming's way. Siming, I heard that you saved a child at all costs. How is the situation now? Is that child out of danger? How did you feel when you learned that the child was the second young lady of the O family? These reporters came at the right time. Please keep your compliments to me privately. Xia Siming didn't mind at all that his embarrassment appeared in the camera. Instead, he smiled appropriately. These are what I should do. After all, it is a life. I believe that anyone would choose to rescue Mrs. O. How would you react to Xia Siming's heroic actions? Xia Siming quickly protected Grandma O. Don't embarrass Grandma. I didn't do this to show off. I just hope that Oh Xiaobei can be discharged from the hospital safely. The reporters around him clucked their tongues. This move and these words were not too popular. The flashes of the clicking lights were directed at Xia Siming, and they patted Xia Siming wildly. It hurt all over the body. I tried hard to open my eyes, and what I saw was a clean and simple room. Memories rushed into my brain, and the scattered pictures were like a movie. Quickly flashed through my mind. I rubbed my temples and sat up. Where is this? I remember being pushed into the swimming pool. Am I still alive? At this time, the door in the room opened. You finally woke up. After being stunned for a moment, I turned around and looked around. I opened and closed my mouth before pronouncing the name completely. Chi Mingjin, he was the group I was in back then. Another member of Midsummer Light Year is 2 years older than me. I haven't seen Chi Mingjin since the group disbanded. He put the porridge in his hand on the bedside. I knew you would react like this when you wake up. Drink something first. You have been unconscious for a long time. Brother Mingjin is really you. Isn't it possible that I encountered a ghost? When did you return to China? Where have you been in the past 5 years? You didn't treat me as a friend at all. Chi Mingjin smiled slightly and went to study abroad. I came back to China because I have some things to deal with. Did you save me? I have so many questions. Chi Mingjin looks like a big brother. Otherwise, I haven't seen him in 5 years. Why are you still so reckless? The doctor said you have fluid in your lungs. You have been in a coma for 24 hours. I hugged Qi Mingjin and I quickly let go of brother Mingjin. He looked at him eagerly. My mobile phone had been flooded and had automatically shut down. Qi Mingjin pointed to the mobile phone on the bedside table and spoke regretfully. So I have been out of contact with the outside world for a whole day. Please lend me your mobile phone. I am in urgent need. Qi Mingjin quickly took out the mobile phone and handed it to me. I quickly dialed Oh Qin's number and called him. The phone rang for a long time. Finally, someone answered. An impatient voice came through the phone. I could hear Oh Qin's expression at this moment. He must be worried crazy because he couldn't contact me. I shrugged and said, I am the inferior. Is it the way I opened it? Or maybe he didn't notice that I was missing for 24 hours. Where are you? The cold voice spoke every word. I turned to look at Qi Mingjin. Qi Mingjin quickly reported an address. After I repeated it, Oh Qin hung up the phone. 10 minutes later, the doorbell rang. I was drinking the porridge cooked by brother Mingjin. The next second, a familiar figure suddenly came into view. Oh Qin held one hand on the edge of the doorframe and gasped slightly. He was completely different from the calm person he usually was. At this moment, he was glaring at me. He calmed down for 2 seconds. Then Oh Qin stepped forward and looked like he was going to kill me, roaring with gnashing teeth. Record the show well and you can play missing for me. Do you know that I almost turned the whole city upside down in order to find you? This is completely different from the calm Jingue on the phone just now. I have never seen Oh Qin so angry. The next second, Oh Qin hugged me. You idiot. Are you satisfied if you see me worrying about you? I haven't closed my eyes for a whole day. I have been looking for Oh Qin for as long as I have been out of touch. I hugged Oh Qin with my backhand and touched Oh Qin's head. My heart felt unbelievably warm. Are you really so worried about me? You have been looking for me all day. Oh Qin shouted coldly. Who dares to smile again? Believe it or not, I will knock out your teeth. Listen to my explanation. While I was organizing my words, Qi Mingjin started to speak slowly. Senmen lost his footing and fell into the water. I happened to pass by and rescued him. He had been unconscious all day. The phone was also turned off due to water damage. He dang woke up and called you. He lost his footing and fell into the water. Oh Qin's face instantly became extremely embarrassed. You are not allowed to leave my sight again. Oh Qin hugged me tighter. I looked at Oh Qin. I didn't slip and fall into the water. I was pushed down. Where is Bebe? Before I was pushed down, I vaguely saw a figure carrying Bebe away. At this moment, an entertainment news was playing on the TV in the bedroom. Xia Siming appeared in front of the camera with wet hair. She answered the reporter's interview with ease and eloquence. The show also interviewed several fans, all of whom were praising Xia Siming. So cool to suggest Yongwei. I really am not a fan of the wrong idol. This is the positive energy that artists should spread. I was so angry that I almost vomited blood when I saw this. Does Xia Siming still want to be embarrassed? Oh Qin glanced at the TV and returned his gaze to me. What happened? I told Oh Qin everything that happened that day. At the end of the sentence, Oh Qin raised his lips and smiled. He had doubted from the beginning why all the surveillance cameras near the swimming pool suddenly malfunctioned. Now it seems that everything is clear. In just one day, Xia Siming risked his life and the news of the child who fell into the water swept the streets. The masses called Xia Siming a passionate love. Xia Siming was so proud. The only thing that made him feel uneasy was my whereabouts. Yang Wenpei drove his car and happily sent his son to the hospital. You must take this opportunity to have sex with the O family, you know? Xia Siming nodded. I will definitely do it. He is Bebe's savior now. Even if the O family still dislikes him because of what happened in the past, they will at least have a different view of him. I just dozed off in class. A beautiful girl suddenly burst into the classroom. I was still fascinated by her beauty. I saw the girl walking towards me still. She picked up the thermos bucket and walked towards Oh Xiaobei's ward. She knocked on the door and walked in. The doctor and several nurses were making rounds, and several leaders of the TV station's column team were also guarding tremblingly. No one dared to relax until the second young lady woke up. Xia Siming put on a smile and said to the old wolf sitting beside the hospital bed, Isn't Bebe awake yet? Let me take care of Oh Xiaobei. I brought some food. You should eat something first. The other people quickly flattered, Mr. Xia is really caring. When the second lady woke up, she learned that you saved her. They will definitely like you very much. These people are obviously flattering. However, they did not impress Mrs. O. They are a group of talkative humans. Mrs. O rolled her eyes. Then she glanced at Xia Siming. She still didn't believe that this man saved Bebe. But the reality really hit her in the face, and she didn't know how to treat Xia Siming. It's not good for so many outsiders to kick her out. Just when Grandma O didn't know how to reply, a powerful voice came from outside the ward. Xia Siming. Xia Siming turned his head to look, but before he could react, he was slapped hard on the face. Xia Siming covered his face and looked up, about to get angry. After finding out it was me, her momentum immediately dropped. How could this be possible? Shouldn't she have drowned? Ochin followed behind her. Xia Siming looked at Ochin and then at me. Her voice was choked. Why did you hurt me? Such a slap made everyone present look over. I smiled coldly without saying a word, and slapped me with my backhand again, harder than the last time. Xia Siming was slapped hard, and he took a few steps back. How about I just slap you? Who asked you to see me? Not only do I want to slap you, but I also want to beat you. You are addicted after being a hero for 2 days, right? You have no idea what happened at that time. Everyone present was in an uproar, especially the leaders at the TV station. They had never heard of my name because Summer is my stage name, but it was obvious that they knew me. Seeing Summer slapping anyone when she disagreed with her, they all became jealous. Their favorable impression of me plummeted. Where did you come from? This is the second lady's ward. This is not a place for you to act wild. Please come out. Ochin looked at them with cold eyes. Who do you think is uneducated? Say it again if you dare. This is the ward of my precious granddaughter. When will it be your turn to make the decision? Grandma O also unceremoniously broke down the situation and then stepped forward to grab my hand. Where have you been this day? It worried Grandma so much. I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't mean to worry you. It's just that someone wanted to kill me. I glanced at Xia Siming. Yesterday I found Bebe who fell into the water in the swimming pool. I didn't know how to swim at the time, so I used the life pole to pull Bebe up in a hurry. Unexpectedly, Xia Siming pushed Bebe into the deep water just after I grabbed Bebe's arm. Then he took Bebe away without caring about my life or death. Everyone was shocked when he said this. Xia Siming raised his voice and pointed at me with a sad and angry expression. I didn't. Why are you slandering me? Person must have a conscience. It was clearly me who jumped out of the swimming pool and rescued Bebe. Everyone saw it. As Xia Siming said this, he turned his attention to his witnesses. Several people on the stage spoke tremblingly. It was indeed Xia Siming who brought the second lady back yesterday. And he was all wet. You see, I was the one who came up. I have witnesses. Xia Siming felt proud in his heart. He looked at Ochin pitifully. Did you hear that? You have to believe me. Ochin looked at him expressionlessly. I only trust my own people. I never wanted to get anything from you just because I saved Bebe. Saving people was purely instinctive. But now, you are denying what I have done just because of my words. The surveillance has been completely destroyed and there is no possibility of recovering it. What he said was unfounded. I was really angry at Xia Siming's words. At this moment, the doctor suddenly said in surprise. The second lady woke up. I turned around and looked with everyone. Sure enough, the little girl had woken up. Maybe it was because of mental problems. The little girl was also unconscious for a long time after falling into the water. Now she finally woke up. Xia Siming was frozen in place, his face pale, and his hands clenched into a fist. I walked forward quickly and paused slightly as I passed by Xia Siming. Do you think that since the surveillance has been erased, there is no other evidence? Xiaobei is the best evidence. At that time, I and Bebe looked at each other. Bebe would never forget. After saying that, I pushed away. Xia Siming, who was already stunned, followed everyone around. Bebe, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling uncomfortable anywhere else? Don't be afraid. You're fine now. However, the little girl's originally clear and clean eyes are now vague and uncertain. Not at all like a 6-year-old child. Grandma O sat on the edge of the hospital bed. My dear granddaughter, please tell Grandma who brought you up. Xia Siming faced the door of the ward and did not dare to look back. Cold sweat continued to seep out of my forehead. Who had been waiting for a long time, but did not wait for the answer that I expected him to die. I squatted down and was eye level with the little girl. The voice was gentle. What's wrong with you, Bebe? Are you still feeling uncomfortable? Xiaobei seemed not to hear. Ochin lowered her eyes and looked at him. Xiaobei. My eyes were full of worry. What on earth was going on? Xiaobei put on a straight face and didn't say a word no matter what everyone asked him. There would even be some extreme situations in the end. After a simple examination, the doctor came to a conclusion. Although Bebe woke up, he was still his second personality at the moment. There was nothing he could do at the moment. The only thing that can make him change back to his first personality is himself. I gritted my teeth and felt a little unwilling. Even Bebe, who had another personality, would not resist me. I was patient. He stretched out his hand to rub the little girl's hair. Xiaobei resisted and dodged away, still saying nothing. This situation was something he had never expected. Qing's voice was light. Get up. My feet are numb after squatting for a long time. I feel bad when I see Bebe closing herself off and resisting everyone. Xia Siming feels so happy when she sees this. He walked up quickly. You finally woke up and worried me to death. At that time, you fell into the water and choked on your water several times. When I jumped into the swimming pool to save you, you hugged my neck. Do you still remember? Bebe glanced at Xia Siming, who still had a stern face and said nothing. Xia Siming did not feel embarrassed at all, except for the people from the O family present. Everyone looked at Xia Siming with approval. The truth is now very clear. It was Xia Siming who saved Xiaobei. The second lady did not deny it. What else can you say? Xia Siming stood up straight and looked at me provocatively. I clenched my hands tightly. It will still be a while. Wait a minute. These people in the TV station are very grateful to Xia Siming. They all spoke. I must go back and give you an exclusive interview. This kind of morality really needs to be spread. Qing interrupted everyone abruptly and glanced at the corpse with cold eyes. Let me all get out. There is no other way. These people had no choice but to look at each other, said polite words again and walked out. Xia Siming said sensibly, I know Bebe has just woken up and needs to rest. I'll come see her tomorrow, she said, giving me a provocative look, turned around and left. Unexpectedly, as soon as she walked to the door, she was blocked by reporters who had already blocked the door of the ward. I heard that you and Summer had an argument. Was it because she deleted your face when you were so red? Is it because Summer claimed that she saved Xiaoma so you two couldn't argue about it? So what was the truth of that day? All the microphones were pointed towards Xia Siming. Xia Siming was startled. She didn't expect that there was a reporter at the door. No matter what, I came at the right time. I can also take this opportunity to completely discredit the person in front of the camera. Xia Siming smiled. I have never deceived everyone. I don't even bother to do this kind of thing. Summer, can I interview you? Are you doing this to return to the entertainment industry and to take advantage of Xia Siming's popularity? These reporters all pointed their fingers at me who was still in the ward. Are you a reporter from nowhere looking for death? Xia Siming, how dare you say this again to your fans in front of these cameras? Is it true that you saved Xiaobei? I stepped forward and pointed at these shots. I dare to tell everyone that if I hadn't saved Xiaobei, I would immediately quit the entertainment industry and never appear in public again. Do you dare? Xia Siming glanced at me sympathetically. Now that the situation has come to an end, the poor will have to face their own graves. What do you think you can prove with this method? The eyes of the masses are sharp and will not be enlightened by your funny words. Why don't you dare? Looking at my firm eyes, Xia Siming was a little irritated.